Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is the first in this weekly series where every kind of weekend I'm going to be uploading a sit down vlog, kind of chit chat catch up video. I've mentioned this a couple of times and the feedback I've got is that people liked it when I used to do videos like that, and also it gives me like focus of the lots of little bits that have happened that week that can go in that video, little talking points, rather than saving everything up and trying to remember what I really want to talk to you about in a monthly favourites. I really enjoy some of the YouTubers that I watch do this style video. They also do single topic videos slotted in if they get time, but like Lisa D1 does her Friday video, which I always watch and I know it's coming, so like when I'm cooking supper on a Friday or whatever, I know I can like enjoy that like a little series. And there are a couple of others that do a similar kind of thing and I just really enjoy. So I'm just looking at what the dog's doing outside. So I thought, I actually have even made myself like a pro forma so that I can have certain headings and it will jog my mind of the things that I want to talk to you about. And it won't be the same every week. It's not fixed categories like what bag I've been using. No. They're just prompts so that there's a bit of focus. We won't go into anything too deeply. If there's anything that I touch on that you want me to talk about more, then just request it and then I do a whole video about that topic. Sometimes there'll be like a theme for that week, like some topics I've got coming up in mind is talking about friendship, you know, my local friends versus my relationships with people I've met on social media and how that's different and what it means to me. Someone was talking to me about the mix of high-low and where I feel about it, because everyone's got a different interpretation. You get people that basically, as their means increase or whatever, you definitely see that with vloggers as they start to do really well and they get more well off. They get more and more designer things and maybe don't buy the things that they used to enjoy that were a bit cheaper anymore, and I just find that fascinating. What is my take on like slightly less expensive accessories and where do I think it's worth spending the money, that kind of thing. Updates. I'm on some sort of like a few kind of journeys, if you like. Diet, exercise, I'm on 3-month prescription skincare, and I'm currently about to start, I'm 2 weeks into a 3-month shopping ban. So those are the kind of things that every week I can give you a mini update within that video rather than doing a whole 10-minute video about one thing that you might not even be interested in. The name, let's be real, the reason I've called it that, I did ask for help with naming it on Instagram stories, but then it just popped into my head when I was chatting to a friend today. My name is B, obviously. Being real, I think that's something that I'm like known for, which makes me sound like I'm bigging myself up, which I hope it doesn't, because I'm not. But like, I am quite unfiltered. I'm very honest about my life. I'm not a very guarded person. I'd rather be open and get stung than be closed off. And when we're talking about the more superficial stuff, like even if it's accessories or makeup or skincare, I'm real in that I'm never gonna like be a fan of a brand and feel I can't say anything negative. Like, I don't give a monkey's, I will tell you what I think. And then on a deeper level, being real for me is just like, sometimes I will come on here and talk to you about anxiety, depression. If I'm struggling, I will come on here and be open because I prefer to share and for you not to think, oh, she's a bit off, what's going on? So that's the reason for the name of this slot, and it will be every week. I'll either upload it on a Friday or possibly a Saturday morning so that people have a bit more time on the weekend to watch their YouTube feed. So let's just start. What have I been enjoying this week? Favourite bag at the moment is definitely my Speedy Beat 25. I'm not going to go into like a mini review of it, but it's just one of those bags that has surprised me. Often the bags I love the most were bags that I was not interested in at the beginning when I first was like aware of them. And obviously this has been around for a while, but I used to think, why would anyone want the 25 and be into bigger bags? And now I just find it so versatile. I love it, and I love monogram. I think the monogram canvas over time performs better than the Damier Ebene and the Damier Azur. I think those are the squares are printed all over, so you see like wear and tear, whereas this has just got the pattern on it, so I feel like the edges and stuff just hold up better, and obviously you get that lovely rich patina over time. I really love that bag. I do enjoy brightly coloured SLGs down in there because I feel like sometimes if you have lots of black you can't find things. So at the moment I'm using this Kate Spade kind of ultraviolet-y lavendery wallet, And for all my other bits and bobs, because it's quite hard to find little single items down in that bag, I've just put everything in this mulberry pouch. You can still get this pouch, but this was a particularly soft, lovely, glossy goat leather, and the ones that are out now are a bit thicker and sort of stiffer, but you might prefer that. But I feel like this is from a generation of Mulberry products when they were slightly better made. So I've got feminine products, I've got my Chanel hand cream, I've got one of those things that you sniff to unblock your nose, headache pills, hair ties, just loads of bits and bobs. Oh, a bit of chewing gum, like that kind of stuff in there, and it just tidies up the inside of the bag. I'm really obsessed with all this iridescent, I need to grow up really, all this iridescent stuff. So this is my Victoria's Secret belt bag or bum bag. It was 15 quid. I've been wearing this loads. This is all I took for a handbag to Paris, because when you fly, 2 of us checked our bags in and then we had 2 smaller carry-ons, but that meant that we were only allowed 2 bits of hand luggage. So we kind of put everything in Cece's nappy bag, and then when we got through, everybody took their like small bags out, and we got away with that. But this was so good for like theme park, because I didn't want to keep taking my handbag off and leaving it with Ed and the buggy when we went on a ride. There were loads of rides now that we could go on as a family of 4, so I didn't want to leave any valuables on my stroller. So, oh, pushchair. Yeah, I keep getting told off for using too many Americanisms, but I don't know why, but I think a lot of my subscribers and online friends are from the States, so I just don't mean to do it, but I just say Americanisms. And a couple of people have come on here and been quite cross about that, so they can get lost, but whatever. Excuse me. This one is from ASOS. It was £5, and I haven't used this yet. I've bought this to put inside one of those see-through Chanel, hang on love, Chanel style bags, because yeah, so I got this to slot down inside a see-through bag. You've got the L&M like feline totes that everyone's into. There are other ones of those kind of around. If you slot this in, it just gives a multi-dimensional kind of cool vibe inside the bag. Can make the bag look a little bit less see-through. You can still see your items, but you just see the shimmeriness. So I'll let you know what this is like when I get my see-through handbag. I'm loving my Swell water bottle. It's another mermaidy thing. This is 500 mils, and I'm just filling this up. I've got a filter system in my fridge drink tap thing, so it is filtered water, and just not buying bottled water anymore, except the odd bottle of San Pellegrino, which is, I only ever buy the glass one, not the plastic one, because I like to mix that with elderflower cordial to make nice drinks and stuff. Okay, another couple of like weekly kind of favourites. Still really love this YSL. This is like that tinted colour balm. It's quite a new product. This is like a soft pinky one. It doesn't say the name of the product or the colour, and I've now thrown the gold little box away. But if you go back in my video feed, you will see me showing the packaging and describing what the proper details of this are if you want to get it. This is like one of the more natural sheer shades, but there are some really bold ones if you like that. It's just much more colour than... it feels on the mouth like the Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfector, but there's a lot more coverage and colour. So if you want a full-on glossy lip sort of gloss look, but non-sticky and balmy feeling, then this is the product for you. Pandora. So when we were in, I kind of go through phases where I wear my Pandora bracelet a lot, and then I go through phases where I don't. At Christmas, I switched to all Christmas ones that I've collected over the years, and I do wear it quite a bit in the month of December. I love red in December, but not really any other time. And then in the summer, I change it to all my kind of summery fun ones. And when we were in Disneyland, my daughter got interested in it, and she chose, you can get like Disneyland park exclusive ones that you can't get in the stores. And I got one, just this blue Murano bead recently, and that's a Disney one. And yeah, I just would really like to have more variety of charms and then take them off and put them on and do different bracelets on different days. I just find it really fun in the summer. Right, some things that I'm not loving. One is just that I've long loved the Cellular Rose CC serum by Terry. And then I thought, what's the difference with this one? And I went into Space NK and she explained that this was more like genuine skincare. It's firming, anti-wrinkle, it has a bit of blurring and gives an even this is kind of shimmery, a non-shimmery, just even wash of colour, like a temporary mild fake tan look. And I thought that sounds intriguing because with this new skincare I'm sort of wearing less makeup and stuff, but I don't like it. It's not the texture or anything like that, it's just the colour I chose. So there are 3 and this is the palest one, and it's almost too pale to look like a bronzing product. So it comes out kind of apricot-y. I don't want to waste it. But when I blend it out on me, it just makes me look a little bit yellow. They're like a peachy yellow colour that just looks glowy, but like as if you've been exposed to nuclear waste or have jaundice or something. It's just weird. I just look weird. So this is the one that I like. I could throw good money after bad, or whatever the expression is, and go and get another colour. I don't know. So maybe if I could find a friend who this works on their skin tone and give this one away and get the other one at some point. I don't know. We'll mix the 2 together. To get the skincare benefits of that and the colour that I like. I will use it up because it was £70, but I'm just a bit like, why did I do that? This as well. This is a new Pink by Victoria's Secret body wash. Anything coconut I love in summer. So this is the Soap and Skin Coconut Oil Body Wash. And I like the Glossier oil wash because it's so softening and hydrating, but you don't have to put like body lotion on as well. But this, look at it, it's like you shake it up, it's got a pink liquidy bit and then the white. It's so runny, it's so runny. So between me and Martha, we've used nearly the whole bottle in a week, because when you just go to pour some, it just all pours out everywhere. And even if you do it onto a sponge, we don't really use sponges, we use those bath lily things. What's this? It just pours out of it. And I went onto the, out of curiosity, because I bought this in the store, I went onto the Victoria's Secret website, and all the reviews are like, nice feel on the skin, but it's too runny. It's as runny as water. What are they doing? Anyway, we'll be buying that again for 15 quid. So let's talk about, so that's the stuff I've been liking since I've been back in the last few days. I'm loving this weather. I've been out in the garden, Ed mowed the lawn, and we've been jet washing the garden furniture and the patios and stuff. Updates. So there are 3 things to update you on: diet, skincare, shopping ban. So just very quickly, I'm on a long-term weight loss journey, and it feels very different to any other times that I've tried. I'm not panicking. I don't have a wedding to go to where I need to drop 2 sizes in a minute or anything like that. That just doesn't work for me. My husband's doing it as well, and he's being extremely ruthless with himself. I'm not being as ruthless. He's much more disciplined than me. However, I'm losing weight, but I'm losing it much more slowly. He's losing weight at an astonishing rate. But I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm like, can he really sustain that when he gets to his goal? How is he gonna eat? He's like, I'm gonna just eat normally when I finish. I'm like, that doesn't work. But anyway, so he's lost 20 pounds in 6 weeks. I've lost like 6 or 7 pounds in 6 weeks, which I would like to step it up, but I have had 2 holidays this month and stuff like that. So I'm really focused now, but I've been really hungry this week because we were in Disneyland, and gradually, like the first day I kind of stuck to it, but the second day I kind of had an ice cream, and then at the breakfast buffet I had half a croissant. You know, it just kind of, the treats crept in, and I still did things like, if on a menu there was fish and green beans, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll have the sea bass and don't bring me any fries or potato. But then the next day I'd have like a McDonald's with the children. So it kind of was up and down. And I think when I have fatty taste, like nice, like fattening food, sugary food again, you get like re-addicted or whatever. So now it's like going cold turkey again. And this week it's my time of the month, and I find it more challenging. At that time of the month, I want chocolate, I want comfort food, I have a bigger appetite. So I've been doing things like having porridge or eggs instead of having my protein shake, because it's not enough to hold me till lunch. Trying to drink more water, that really helps with me, because I think sometimes when I want snacks, it's actually that my body wants water. You can get hunger and thirst confused. I have this everywhere with me and it makes me sip. Exercise, I haven't really started exercising yet. I'd said this before, that this time I wanted to really get some noticeable weight loss before I started working out, because I do find that a better way to do it for me. In the past, I've kind of gone hell for leather and given up loads of food groups, started working out, and like it's overwhelming making loads of change, going dairy free, caffeine free, sugar free, low calorie, and working out 5 days a week. Sometimes I just felt like, oh, this is just too much. So this time I wanted to just focus on the food, because also when you drastically cut your calories, if you start working out at the beginning of that journey, sometimes you really are hungry from when you start working out, and it's hard to eat that amount. But we're just experimenting, and I'll let you know how I'm going as I go along. I need to just be more active though. I noticed I felt great in Disneyland because we were just on our feet walking all day, and my legs and lower back ached a bit by the end of the day, but I knew, for example, I set up the fitness thing on my Apple Watch, and I was burning about 700 calories a day from the amount of walking, which is probably why I didn't actually gain any weight. I just haven't lost this week, which is disappointing. It's the first week with no loss. So I really want to step things up now that I'm back, and I think increasing my activity and slightly cutting my calories will boost me into kind of 2 pounds a week territory. Abaji, so you don't know this yet because I haven't uploaded the short video that I did, which was like my first Abaji video, and I'll do updates about my skincare. So you know, I've talked about this lots of times, that I have some uneven pigmentation around here and lots of freckles that sometimes in the summer join together to form like kind of bigger like brown patches, which I don't really like, and some other issues with just fine lines and redness in the cheeks and stuff like that. So I decided that I would go and see the nurse at the clinic where I get my Botox and other stuff done. And we had a chat, and we're trying the CRX, so the vitamin C system from Abaji, which is not as aggressive, doesn't have such dramatic results, but is not, I don't think my skin can tolerate retinol twice a day, which is what happens with the Abaji. You go through like a peeling, red, kind of angry phase, even people with really robust skin. And I just kind of was like, nah, I'd rather go hard and just do laser treatment. So before we do laser treatment, we're doing this 3 months gentle brightening, and like it is basically slightly bleaching your skin, but this targets where there's excessive pigment. It doesn't make all of your face just like white or ashy. So I'm using that. You don't use any other skincare. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't feel sore. My skin feels slightly drier than normal, but that's just because I'm not using all of the nourishing products that I would normally be using. And the products don't feel very luxurious because they're just much more like workhorse products with the prescription levels of like vitamin C and stuff in. So I'm missing the texture and the softness you get with nice high quality skincare that's more kind of pampering, but you know, whatever. The SPF, however, is weird. When I put the SPF on after letting the moisturizer soak in for a while, which she told me to do, when you really want to, if you want to like work it into the skin a bit, which she's like, oh, you're not meant to rub SPF in, you're meant to just spread it evenly. The whitish bluish cast it gives is so ridiculous. My skin doesn't feel like it can breathe, and there's no way you can put makeup on top of that. It just like peels like pencil shavings. So I'm looking for a better alternative, which is a shame. The kit was £300, and I've looked at reviews and everyone says they need to work on the SPF. There's like 6 products in the box, so they're charging like 50 quid per product. And I phoned and she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, is that why you told me to use mineral makeup? Because if you tried to blend foundation over this SPF, you're just moving it, it's just greasy and horrible. So I need to find, if anyone's got any recommendations for a good SPF 50 for the face. I don't mind if it's expensive. I'm thinking Shiseido, Lancaster, Clarins, but it's just, that's the one bit of the routine that is just annoying the hell out of me, because I like to do my face. And my face is like white and shiny for like an hour after I apply this stuff. And then I've noticed even then, if I could see any of it that's still white and I just sort of rub it in, it's like white little gritty bits all over my face. Anyway, so that's what's happening with those things. Can't think. So what's coming up next? Got some topics that I would like to talk about in these videos that maybe I don't want to do a whole standalone video on, but I think that they could be a topic for discussion. embedded in this video. So a few that I thought of, which I've had conversations with people about recently, are friendship and the nature of like your local friends or friends you've known for a long time versus sometimes when you meet new people, specifically through social media, what I have found and what my experience is. Being proactive in social relationships, and if you take a break from that, do your relationships change and stuff like that. I've had a phase recently where I, just because of being busy or just because of being really comfortable being on my own or just being with my family, I'm always the driver in nearly all of my social relationships. I am the one that says, let's do this, or shall we go there, shall we book a trip? And just through a course, and this is going to sound really negative, it's not, it's just a spat, but in the course of a couple of arguments with my husband, he kind of said, or made me feel maybe that like, those people just tolerate me, or that we were talking about, am I a difficult person, am I hard work? And he was like, I'm not the only one that thinks you're hard work, all your friends, you know, they just put up with you, they find you really difficult. And I found that really hard. And he said he didn't have anything to base that on, he just said it in anger. But it made me really think and be a bit paranoid about my social relationships. And so the last month or 6 weeks, I haven't contacted really anyone. I haven't texted anyone and said, let's go out, because I feel like I don't want to put myself on people. And I think if people really want to see me, they know where I am. And actually, I haven't heard from anyone. But that's just, I don't think that means that I've got no friends. It just means that everybody's busy doing their own thing. And that we're all older and our lifestyles have changed. We have kids, jobs, families. But yeah, it does make you question some of your friendships. Not whether you should be in them at all, but it just makes me think, actually, in opposite way to what people think sometimes, some of the friendships that I've made where I just talk to people on the phone or online, or I did that and then I actually started to meet up with them, have been really consistent, meaningful friendships. And it doesn't mean that those friendships aren't as good as the friends that you've had for years or the friends you met through work or college. It's not a hierarchy, it's just different. So that's my thoughts on that. I might do a full-on video about that, but I've kind of done it now anyway. Go towards the light is my main thing towards that. If people want to spend time with you and seek you out, go towards that positive energy. If you feel you have to, like, not beg, but like try and pin people down to make arrangements with you, just don't do that. Your time is better spent just on your own than like feeling that you're trying to get someone to spend time with you that doesn't really want to spend time with you. You might think, oh, I don't want to be on my own though, but to me now it's like quality over quantity, 100%. So what's coming up? I'm going to do a giveaway because I'm approaching a kind of subscriber milestone, a small one, but for someone who took like months and months off doing videos, I'm just amazed how people stick around. I have filmed a fragrance collection video because I know people are going to bash me for this. I don't think there are rules about summer and winter perfume, but for me, there are a few that I wanted to put away in a box so that they weren't just exposed to the light and stuff, that were more what I would think of as more cold weather fragrances, just for my preference. And then there are some that are very summery, like my Tom Ford Soleil Blanc I don't wear all year round. I got that out. So in doing that kind of sort out, I just filmed a fragrance collection video finally for you. It's half an hour as usual. I also am going to film a bag and accessory collection, but specifically the slightly less expensive stuff. So from, excuse me, £15 up to probably about the £500 mark, because I think that's something that a lot of people could save and buy something at that price point, not everybody. And you've got to be really careful when you talk about affordable, because you get loads of people who just take things so literally, and they don't really need to, but they feel the need to go and tell you that, you know, oh my God, that's still expensive. I get that. But obviously there are lots of people who like to buy nice things and have nice things, but they don't want to or cannot spend thousands of pounds on a bag. So I just wanted to show that I have loads of things that I got that are less expensive but that I really enjoy and recommend. So I'm going to film that. The giveaway that I'm going to do is going to be a choice of 3 prizes, completely international. So one is going to be a couple of my favorite Glossier products, but you can pick the shades. Another option could be a really nice quality candle from the White Company, because I just really like their candles, they burn really well. And then the third option is an SLG from Aspinall card holder, because I really like their leather goods, and I've got an Aspinall bag recently. I think the quality is great, it's a British brand. So if you'd like to win one of those three things, stay tuned. What is coming up? So next week's video will include an update on how the diet's going, if I've started a bit more exercise, how I'm going with the Obagi skincare, and have I stayed on the shopping ban. The shopping ban, I don't know if I really went into that, but like I just buy too many small things. I'm very trigger happy on like shopping online. I sit there in the evening, or like I need a little pick me up, I have a cup of tea, I can find that I've bought something on Amazon and something on ASOS in like 5 minutes flat. And all of these things are not, that I can easily afford them. It's not about that. It's that over the month I will have spent usually maybe, I'm just gonna be honest, because be real, £800 on just like high street fashion, makeup, skincare. I just don't need to do it to that extent. And the way to break that behavior is to just stop completely and then take stock. So there might be things that I really feel I need, but I'm still gonna wait. And when I get to the 1 month mark, I'm gonna think, right, I really do need some new underwear, or I really need a swimsuit, and buy that one thing. Or like get a Pandora charm as a reward for not busting through hundreds of pounds on crap. So do you see what I mean? I had ordered some things online that haven't come yet over 2 weeks ago, so I need to chase that up. One was like a storage insert for my Stackers thing. One was I ordered the clear Lamb Gallery handbag that looks a bit like a Perspex Chanel, but for 2 weeks now, the week of our trip to Disney, and since I haven't bought anything. I might need to get people birthday presents, I might need to get things for the kids, but for me or for the house. And when I say for the house, I'm not going to be buying like candles and cushions and things like that, because that is really for me. But I do buy fresh flowers every week, and I'm not going to not do that. So we'll see. I'll update you on all those things, and there'll be other videos in between. The final little prompt on here says, what are you lusting after? I'm lusting after two things, and these are not on my long-term like Instagram wish list. They're just things that I'm having a mini obsession with, and I may in time get them, I may not. One is the MCM Extra Mini Backpack, because it has the long strap like the Palm Springs Mini, and that's the only thing that I've ever really been tempted about the Palm Springs Mini. I don't need another monogram bag. I don't really like the shape or the style of the Palm Springs Mini, the way that it slopes at the top and that the zips are underneath a little flap, and that everyone I know who's got either the Mini or the PM say they love the bag, but the zips are pain. I wouldn't pay that price for that bag. That's just me. But I just like the idea of a mini backpack, but not on my back. I don't like wearing a backpack on my back. So the idea of the crossbody strap thing, and the MCM one that I found out about through my friend Andrew. Nice singing. That bag is like £500, and actually when you research it and look, people are really happy with it when they've bought them, and the quality and all the rest of it. And I've never really liked the style, but that particular mini one I do really like. So I might get that at some point, but I'm on a shopping ban, so not right now. And then the other thing I'm obsessed with, and this is a strong burning obsession, people, is I'm re-obsessed, having let go of it like 2 years ago, with the Chanel trainers. My friend Sally got the ones that I really like. I'm a bit scared of the high tops. They're a bit too fashion forward for me. But yeah, I have a few friends that have been like trying them on and showing them in their stories and stuff, and it just made me get the bug again, because for the past few seasons I haven't liked any of the ones they brought out. They weren't as nice as the classic ones that they used to do, and then there was that moment 2 or 3 years ago where the black ones just blew up as just an iconic thing, and a few of my friends got them. But there's a few styles that I like again. I really like the silvery ones, or the very white and grey suede ones, and I may get them in the summer. My birthday's in July, so let's see how the shopping ban goes, because if the shopping ban is successful, I might feel that it's okay to buy a couple of designer pieces, because that will still be less than what I was previously wasting on bits and bobs. So that's basically it. I will in future maybe include a small section or a bit of time in the video to allow for like a Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, don't leave them on my Instagram. Well, I mean, if you want to, you can PM me, but I won't find them if they're dotted through the comments. Leave a comment on this video each week for questions that you want to be answered in the video next week. And I will only do like 3, 4 or 5 questions, not like a massive session, but that way I'll just be talking about things that I know you want me to be talking about. So please give me topics and things that you want covered down below. Let me know what you think of the name of this slot, if you enjoyed this video, if you like me doing the videos this way. I will, as I say, still include at least once a fortnight a standalone separate video on a topic, whether it's a review or a section of my collection, like I said, like fragrance or SLGs or whatever, or most worn or key pieces, that kind of thing. But I mean, there won't be any hauls because I'm on a shopping ban. But you know, I already have a lot of things, and I'm very fortunate. So if you want me to show more detail or anything on those, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time. Bye.